Everyone, it's Pete from Abstract Ocean. As you can see, we finally have our Model Y. So for this video, we're just going to go over some must-have accessories, in our opinion, of course, for your Model Y that you kind of want to get on there as soon as you can. We'll start outside, then we'll go inside. On the outside, we're going to install the Model Y emblem. There is no model identifier on the back of the Model Y at the moment. We're going to replace the chrome emblem with the matte black version of that. And then we're just going to cover up the logos front and back with some satin black vinyl. So the reason we're doing all of that is there is no other chrome on the car, so it seems kind of weird to have the emblems in chrome. So we're just going to cover those up. Then we're going to go inside the car. We are going to, of course, wrap the center console. We've had this now for 2 weeks. The center console, needless to say, is covered in fingerprints and whatever. So we're going to do that. We're going to do the screen protector as well. So our premium, we're going to use the matte screen protector. Just to get that done. We still have the factory sort of film on the screen. And then we're just going to put a tray in the center console as well, just to help with storage. I'll do all of this pretty quickly for this video. We have other videos that cover each of the installations in a lot more detail. So this is just kind of a quick intro to what we think are your must-haves for your new Model Y. Okay, the first thing we're going to replace is the dual motor emblem. You can't see, I've thrown a laser across the back here so we can kind of find our level for both emblems and keep them the same. It's not level is the short answer. So for that reason, we're going to grab some masking tape and just mark where this one is. Just put it a couple of mil below. Okay, so we're going to make sure we get that in the same place. And then on the other side, kind of do the same thing. I'm going to still use the laser as a level, which maybe you can see it now, I don't know. It's kind of running across there, kind of uphill a little bit. So to remove the emblem, these aren't stuck on particularly well. You should be able to get your fingernail behind it and just kind of pry off each letter. So I hope you can see that. If you go slow enough, then you'll hopefully get most of the adhesive as well. So the other thing you can do is we have a little kit that we use. We sell it with our performance emblems, but it's just some rapid remover to get the foam off, some quick shine to kind of seal the paint back up after you've abused it a little bit, and some fishing line and a razor, plastic razor, which doesn't hurt the paintwork. So we definitely don't need the fishing line in this case, but I'm going to use the razor just to get underneath some of these. Give it a quick cleanup. Probably going to speed through this bit. You get the idea though. Using this rapid remover, it just gets rid of any adhesive that's left. So I'm going to spray it on. Just let it soak for a minute while I go find a wipe. Okay, so we have that cleaned, ready to go. So here's our dual motor emblem. I'm going to open this up. We're going to use the wipe just to make sure that we get rid of any of the rapid remover. Anything else that might be on there. This is just, I think, a 50% isopropyl wipe, so it doesn't take long just to flash off, but that cleans the area good. And then this is our dual motor emblem. Hopefully you can see that in the light. So most of our emblems now come like this. They're pre-spaced in foam, so you kind of have a template that's ready to go. Really easy, just push it on and you're sort of done. We have the performance red line underneath here. Obviously, if you don't have performance, we do not. Just don't install the red line unless you want to, but that's obviously optional. So what we're going to do is carefully peel back the white backing. We obviously want the letters to stay in their little slots. I'm going to remove the red line, get that out of the way because we don't need it. And then I'm going to get out of my seat just so I can eyeball this a bit better. Move everything. And just going to make sure we get this in the right spot. So because I've taken the performance thing out, I can kind of see through, if you like, to the tape anyway. So we're just going to go there. Just gently put it on. Take a step back, eyeball it, make sure you're happy with the general location of it. If you are, just apply pressure, firm, even pressure to each of the letters. Then this film is just to hold the letters, sort of help hold the letters in place in the foam, but just remove everything. We're going to go ahead and remove the tape. And there you go. There's your dual motor emblem for your Model Y in matte black to match the rest of the trim on the car. Okay, now we're going to install our Model Y emblem on this side, on the same line as the dual motor emblem we just installed. Open it up, exactly the same kind of thing going on in here. So we have the emblem, then we have just a wipe to clean the area. And two. Oops. The car was cleaned yesterday, it's already got dust on it. So no matter how clean you think the car is, it's always worth doing this. Plus, this will just cut any waxes or anything else you might have on the back. If you do ceramic coat your car, it's much better to apply these before you do that. If you don't, then you really need to allow 3 months for the ceramic coating just to settle in, lose some of its slipperiness. Otherwise, there's a chance that these won't stay on. So same thing again, we're just going to remove the backing, making sure the letters stay in the foam. Okay. And then we're just going to use the tape. Okay, so get down at eye level now, makes it a lot easier. So we're just going to use the tape as a guide on where it needs to go. Again, just gently apply it, step back, eyeball it, make sure you're happy with the positioning of it, the level of it, and everything else. And then once you are, apply firm, even pressure to all of the letters. Remove the clear, remove the foam, and then just remove your guide tape. All right, there you go. So that's the two emblems on the back. I'll just kind of pull out just a little bit. That's what she said. You can see them on the back there. All right, next up we're going to install the emblem. So we're still on our mission to remove all the chrome from the Model Y. If you're wondering about the license plate, give me another couple of weeks on that. We're working on it. So these come in a set. Just pull everything out. All right, so they come in a set like this, front and rear. These are quick installations, so they have a carrier film. Everything's already pre-aligned to the logo, so just with a little care and attention, these take about 10 seconds to install. So all my waffling beforehand takes a lot longer than actually doing the installation. I'm going to get the lens wipe, the alcohol wipe, just clean it up again. This is more important than you may realize, but the logo, it has some narrow sections on it, obviously, so it's really important that we get good adhesion, especially on the ends, so it doesn't peel up. We have these, unfortunately, we run the cars through a car wash most of the time, so these are very well tested. There's absolutely no issues with doing that. I'm going to go ahead and just quickly do the front while that one dries off, because that's where we're coming next. Okay. So what I'm going to do is just separate the two logos, and then you want to carefully peel the logo away, keeping it on the carrier sheet, of course. And then again, get down at eye level. Sort of got a camera in between me and the logo, but you want to So what I'm looking at when I'm installing it is sort of the bottom of the cutting on the T, um, and then kind of looking all the way down the logo to make sure it looks about even. I'm just going to touch it there. No, not. Try again. And I guess the other complication, especially on the rear of the Y, this is pretty concave, so you sort of have to replicate that as you're holding this up here. But just take your time. Okay, so I'm happy with this section. I'm going to sort of force this into the right place as I come down. Just do that. And then the top piece should just be in the right place. So apply some pretty good pressure. Again, concentrate on the ends. And then once you're happy with that, gently peel it off. So start slowly, make sure you're not lifting the vinyl. And there's that. So getting a bit closer on that. So you can see there's just a little peak of chrome all the way around the edge. That's obviously unavoidable, but we think this looks pretty sharp. And this is the satin black, so the perfect match for the rest of the trim on the Model Y. Okay, here we are at the front. So same thing again. We're just going to peel off the logo from the backing sheet. Again, just make sure that the logo comes away with the clear carrier sheet. Nothing is too sticky on here, so obviously because we don't want to pull the logo away once it's on the car, so you just have to pay attention to that. So this front one's a little bit easier because you're not kind of fighting the concave shape of it. It's also a little bit smaller. But we're going to do the same thing, so kind of looking at that top little cutting on the T. Get that in place first. Like that, and then we're going to just come down the rest of the logo, make sure that's all good. Okay, come across there. Then a bit more pressure, make sure it stays in place. Stupid sticker. Okay, and there we go. That's the two logos taken care of. So, okay, we're inside the car now. Next up is our premium tempered glass screen protector. As you can see, we still have the factory, most of the factory screen protector on here. First thing I'm going to do is just go into display and screen clean mode. Okay, so if you can, it's great to leave on the factory protector until you're ready to put a screen protector on. It just helps with the dust, and obviously there's not going to be any fingerprints or anything else on here. But it's not foolproof. There's already, I can see there's a bit of dust underneath the factory screen protector here, so we're still going to clean it up. In the packet, and this is kind of what makes it premium, is you have this installation guide. This snaps around. I'm not going to do it yet to remove this, but it snaps around here and acts as a guide. Get the right way up. It says top or up there. So it snaps around the screen itself, and then you just drop the screen protector in there. Helps with alignment, makes it super, super easy. If you're used to doing a mobile phone or a cell phone, then you know the drill. And then this is the screen protector in here. Pay attention to what it says up here. So this is back and left. So this is the right way around. If I just hold up against the screen for a second, there's a protective film on the back, and there's a curve, very subtle curve on the bottom of the factory screen as well. So that's what that's up to. And then in the accessory pack, all we really care about, so we have these little dust grabbers. They have a light silicone adhesive on the back, and we just use those to kind of catch the last pieces of dust before we apply the screen protector. And then we have a wipe as well, and a cloth. So just a wet wipe and a cloth. I'm hoping I won't need the wet wipe, but again, if you're not installing this, as soon as you remove the factory screen protector, go ahead and use this. We say it 100 times on the packaging, on the instructions. I'm going to say it a couple more times here as well. but dust is your #1 enemy. What I didn't do was turn off the AC. It's pretty warm in here, but you really should do that as well. It just stops the air circulation. So let me just kill that for a second. Go back into screen protector, display, screen clean mode. Okay, so I'm going to lay everything out here. Now from here on in, I'm going to move very slowly, very deliberately. Just want to not generate dust. Make sure your hands are clean, wash them beforehand. And if you're installing when it's pretty warm, pre-cool the car, but turn off the AC while you're doing this. So we're going to peel off the factory protector. Every action like this generates static, so it turns the screen into a bit of a dust magnet. But so far, that looks pretty good. I'm going to take our installation frame, snap that on. Just like that. Then I'm going to grab our screen protector. I'm going to peel off the back here. Again, this generates a whole bunch of static as well, so it's a little bit annoying, but I'm just going to go really slowly. Okay, I'll take one more look at the screen. If it looks clean and there's absolutely no dust, then what we're going to do is just drop it in at the bottom here. Use the guide. And then you'll see it just start to grab, or you can just kind of help it along by just running your finger up like that. Just let it spread to all the corners. Excellent. All that's happening over here is the frame is just holding it away. So what I'm going to do is just gently remove the frame now. And as you can see, that's pretty good. That is great. I'm going to hold to exit. All right, and we're good. And there you have it. That's our anti-glare screen protector. Okay, now we are going to install the center console. This, as you can see, hopefully from all camera angles, we've only had the car for 2 weeks, and it's just got little scratches, it's got marks, it's just horrible. I'll get rid of that mask. If you happen to be watching this from the future, right now it's July 2020. We're in the middle of a pandemic, so wherever you go, you have to have a mask. Hopefully the future doesn't suck quite so bad. I'm going to just clean this up real quick. You don't have to be particularly thorough with this. We're going to be putting a black matrix center console wrap on here. It's our favorite. And it has a pretty strong texture to it, so got a bit of dust or stuff underneath, it doesn't make any difference really. But if you are using the thinner finishes, which is all of the brush finishes, the satin finishes and the matte black, then do make sure that you've picked up all the dust off the center console before you apply it. And then in the pack, get things out. The instructions, there's a QR code you can scan to watch the full length video with this. And then we have the wrap, and then the squeegee, which is important. So the wrap, which I'm getting is one of the cameras. Not that one, because it just fell over. Okay. It's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-piece wrap. So we include a wrap for the rear ports. This is actually good for Model 3 and Model Y, of course. So depending which vintage Model 3 you have, you may or may not have USB A or C ports on the back. So we just give you both of those. Then you have the cup holder section, the 3 main sections, a little wrap for the phone for this piece here. And then if you want, there's a strip right at the top. We provide a cover for that as well. Honestly, you never see it, so I tend to be lazy and not do that, but totally up to you. You have the option. So we're going to start with the cup holder section, which is, this is going to sound stupid, which is the the easiest and the most difficult piece all at the same time. So it's easiest because you have, big giant hole as a guide on where to position it. So there's only really one place you can put it. So what we're going to do, but it has these two kind of thin sections down the side. So we put a carrier sheet over the top of those, just to maintain the integrity of the shape before we apply it. So we're going to start with this, just peel it off gently. It helps to have the car cool. If you want to be extra thorough and make things even easier, you can even refrigerate the vinyl before you use it. It just makes it less tacky and a little bit more rigid, which is great for doing the installation. And then as I do this, I'm going to kind of look over the top and get the alignment based on the cup holder, but looking down the edges as well. Lighting in here could be better, but that looks pretty good. So before we apply any pressure, just kind of take another look. You can see it probably needs to shift this way just a tad, just to get it lined up properly. As long as you're not applying pressure, you can lift and drop this many times. This is 3M 2080 vinyl, which more or less is the same as 1080 vinyl, which I've had forever. But what it means is that it has technology in it where until you apply some firm, even pressure, it really doesn't do anything. It just sits there. It'll tack lightly, but it's still very easy to remove. So I'm pretty happy with the position of this. Again, I'm going to sort of blast through this pretty quickly. We have a full-length video that shows the process in more detail. Just going to squeegee over everything. Pay particular attention to squeegee underneath the carrier sheet, just so that when we start to remove that, it doesn't take the vinyl away with it and stretch it. And what we're going to do is just very carefully just lift at one end, and then peel this away. Expose the rest of that. Carry on with the squeegee. If you need to, you can tuck it underneath the aluminium trim at the edges. That's no problem, just for a tidier installation. Flip this back, just roll, kind of use your finger just to roll over this top edge. So, get a nice sharp edge on that. Same thing on this back edge. If you can see this, and just move the camera just a little bit. Just want to roll this over using your thumb. Like so. And then for the cup holder section, if you did refrigerate the vinyl, then you actually want to warm it up a little bit now. So you may want to come back to this once you've done the rest of the vinyl. But again, you just sort of roll it over with your thumb, just over the edges. And this is why this piece is arguably the easier piece, because the cup holder section acts as a great guide for where to put the vinyl. So hopefully you can see that pretty good. We love the matrix finish. We also use this for the eyebrows on the outside of the car. It just holds up really well. Looks, we think it looks pretty high tech, so it's sort of in keeping with the interior. Okay, now we're going to take care of this middle section. So same thing, same approach. This piece is annoying because it flips. So as you're working on it, it'll flip up, flip down, it'll get on your nerves. We're going to get the phone section out of the way. So it kind of fits on here. When we cut the vinyl, we cut it all in the right shape. But if you've separated like I have, just look for the slightly curved edge at the bottom. That aligns with the bottom edge of this. Peel it away. And then this one, I'm gonna just sort of slide it into place. What we're looking for is just for it to, there we go. We want about 5 or 6 mil hanging over on this end, on the nearest me. Okay, I'm going to go there. which is about, I'm not very good with inches, but I'm going to say it's a bit less than 1/4 inch. I might be completely wrong. Okay, so we've kind of got it roughly in place. I'm going to find our squeegee again. Just going to start from the middle, work it up. We're going to come down to this edge nearest us in a second. Again, the matrix is a nice easy vinyl to work with. If you're working with one of the other thinner finishes, the brush, the satin, the matte, it's really important to squeegee every square inch of the surface, because otherwise what's going to happen when the weather warms up or when the car gets hot inside, if there's any air trapped underneath it, it's going to expand and you're going to see it. So although this looks lovely and smooth, just make sure you go over it bit by bit. Make sure you've released all the air underneath it. We're going to roll this over the top here. Like so. And then this edge here, I'm just going to kind of pop this up and get the camera positioned. Sorry about my wonky camera work. And we're just going to roll this over the edge here. I may have a little bit too much at this end. It doesn't matter because it all tucks in anyway, but I could have probably afforded to have a bit more at the other end. Okay, so the last of the big pieces, we do mention it on the instructions, but if you screw a piece up, then we'll send you another piece for free. That's no problem at all. If you screw up more than one piece, we'll send you as many pieces as you need for another $10. So wherever you are in the world. So don't worry too much. It is frustrating though. You know, once it's screwed up, it's screwed up. There's probably not much recovering from it. So take your time. And again, I'm just looking at the bottom edge here just to kind of get it roughly in place. Because these are moving panels, the middle and top panel, you need to be quite precise. You can't kind of hide any naughtiness underneath the aluminium trim. That looks pretty good. From the squeegee, wherever I threw that this time. Generally start in the middle and then just kind of work out to the edges. And you can actually hear it, probably can't because I'm waffling on, but you can sort of hear some clicking, and that's just the air escaping from underneath it. So again, good to hear. You don't want any air stuck. And then we're gonna just flip this up, get this out of the way. There we go. And then this edge, we're just gonna roll over here. All right, pull the camera back. So that's the center console wrapped in the matrix. If I come in a bit closer, you can kind of see the finish on that. Looks very cool. Very last thing, which is pretty easy. This piece here, so this, if you slide it off to the left, it comes away. Normally we say just take this to your kitchen table or somewhere just to do it, but I don't have a kitchen table in the car, so we're going to do it right here. So that's this section here. Peel that away. And then we want to line up this bottom edge. So if we look at it this way, so now this is upside down. Let me pull this back a little bit. Okay, we're going to just pop this on here. Should definitely do this on your kitchen table, so it's a lot easier than trying to do it in the car. Okay, so get it on that edge, and then all we're going to do is just keep coming around like so. Get a nice wrap on that. Make sure you get all the air out, and then just fold it over this top lip here. So get quite a sharp fold using your thumb. Bring it over. And then again, grab the squeegee. Make sure there's no air left in there. It can still get trapped. You can see I've got a little bit there, so I'm going to work that out. then we're going to just slide this back on, which is a reverse, just kind of hook it on like that and slide it that way. And there you have it. The one piece I didn't do is the top little sliver that's here. I can't really even get a camera up there, but it just fits up here. Maybe if I can get this so you can see there's a tiny, tiny sliver up there, and that's where that fits. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now real quickly, but show you what it looks like. But this is really if you have, you can't bear to have any of the shiny black in the car, which I totally understand. Okay, see that, but now we have that piece done as well. So that is the center console wrap. Then we have these two pieces. So we have a Model Y, of course, with the USB-C ports. So we're going to go ahead and choose the bottom one. And those ports act as a great visual reference for alignment, so it makes it incredibly easy. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then just roll it up around the edges. There you go. Very easy. That is the center console wrap. Last couple of things. We're going to, okay, as you can see, the center console is just like a cavernous bin of junk. So we're going to go ahead and put our tray in here. These come in a few different color choices. We've gone with the white lining on the rubber mats. Get this pin properly so that it matches the exterior of our Model Y. Okay. And these are great just to keep the sunglasses in. This one as well. So look, just sits in there. And then the other thing we tend to keep in here is our handy little screen wipe. Fits perfectly in there, purely by coincidence, not by design. But obviously you can put your glasses, your lip balm, whatever else in there. Just quick grab stuff, makes it super easy. In the Model Y, since it has the pre-installed Qi charger, the fit is a little bit more snug, so you just need to lift this up, and then it just sits on top of that like that, holds everything in place. So, and then last but not least, we have our door buttons. Around. So no doubt if you've had newbies, non-Tesla people in your car who've seen the issues they have with figuring out how to get out of the car. So these are very simple. Just open it up. They're not vinyl, they're proper button decals. Take the protective film off. So you can see they have a slight sort of 3D shape to them. One for each door, so the little graphic on the top explains which door is which. So obviously I'm sat in the front passenger seat at the moment, so that's going to be this one. Peel it off of here, and then you'll see, hopefully on the camera as well, you can see there's a clear window. So that clear window aligns. Okay, so that just aligns with the little light slot on here. So hopefully you can see that. I'm just going to go ahead and put this on. Like so. So that way, you're still seeing the factory light shine through from the back of the door open control. So there you go. So we've installed what we think are the must-have accessories for your Model Y when you pick it up. We have hundreds of other accessories, of course. So over the course of the next few weeks and months, we'll be releasing videos, just kind of having a do-over. A lot of the Model 3 accessories are also compatible with Model Y, obviously, since 75% of the car is fundamentally the same. So things like the performance pedals, the ultra bright lights, door sill protectors, all that good stuff we'll start doing over the next few weeks. So thanks for watching.